When a man in a suit approached me at my mother's wake, he said, "She paid me to give you this the day after she died. It was a train ticket for tonight. My mother died 3 days ago." The wake was quiet, mostly distant relatives making polite conversation. I was standing by the casket when a man in an expensive suit walked up. "Are you Daniel?" I nodded. He pulled out an envelope. "Your mother hired me 6 months ago to deliver this the day after she passed." "Who are you?" "Just a messenger." He handed it to me. "She said you'd understand." I tore it open right there. Inside was a single train ticket. Departure time, 11:40 p.m. tonight. Destination, a small town called Ashford, 4 hours north. A place I'd never heard of. There was also a note in my mother's handwriting. "Danny, if you're reading this, I'm gone. I need you to take this train. Sit in car 7, seat 14B. Someone will find you. Trust no one else. I'm sorry I couldn't tell you sooner. I love you, Mom." My hands were shaking. What was she talking about? Trust no one else? This sounded like something out of a spy movie. I spent the rest of the wake trying to make sense of it. My mother was a librarian. She lived a quiet, predictable life. No secrets, no drama. Yet here was a train ticket to nowhere with a cryptic warning about trust. My aunt found me staring at the envelope. "You okay, honey?" "Yeah, just tired." I couldn't tell anyone. The note said trust no one else. And something in my gut told me my mother meant it. At 10:30 p.m. I made my decision. I was getting on that train. The platform was nearly empty when I arrived. I boarded at 11:40 and found seat 14B in car 7. The train pulled out exactly on time. An hour passed, then another. The car was almost empty. Just an elderly couple near the front and a businessman asleep across the aisle. I started thinking this was all a mistake. "Daniel?" I turned. A woman was standing in the aisle. Early 30s, dark hair, tired eyes. She looked at me like she'd been searching for me her entire life. "How do you know my name?" She sat down without asking. Her hands were shaking. "Your mother told me you'd be here." "Who are you?" She took a shaky breath. "My name is Sarah. I'm your sister." I laughed. It came out harsher than I meant. "I don't have a sister. I'm an only child." "That's what your mother wanted you to believe." She pulled out a photo, creased and worn like she'd been carrying it for years. It was my mother, maybe 25 years old, holding a baby. Standing next to her was a man I'd never seen before. But what caught my attention was my mother's smile. I'd never seen her smile like that in any photo I had at home. "That's me," Sarah said, pointing to the baby. "And that's our father." I stared at the photo. "My father died before I was born. Car accident." "That's what she told you. The truth is more complicated." Sarah explained that our mother had been married before to a man named Richard. They had Sarah together, but Richard was involved in something dangerous. Money laundering, fraud, organized crime. When Sarah was 2, my mother found evidence and confronted him. He threatened to kill her and take Sarah if she told anyone. So my mother ran, changed her name, moved across the country. But Richard kept finding her. "When I was 4, he tracked us down," Sarah continued. "Your mother knew he'd never stop, so she made a choice. She put me in foster care under a different name. She thought if Richard couldn't find me with her, I'd be safe." My stomach turned. What choice? She gave me up. Put me in the foster system under a different name. She thought if she couldn't be found with me, Richard would stop looking for her. She thought I'd be safer without her. I felt sick. "She abandoned you. She saved me," Sarah said. "Richard hunted for years but never found me. She visited when she could, always in secret. When I turned 18, she told me everything. Why didn't she tell me? You were her second chance. After giving me up, she met your father and had you. She wanted to give you the normal life she couldn't give me. But Richard died 2 years ago. Heart attack. She finally felt safe enough to bring us together, but then she got sick." I looked at the photo again. My mother's young face held the same sadness I'd seen my whole life but never understood. "She wanted us to meet," Sarah said. "She made me promise I'd find you if anything happened to her." The train was slowing down. Sarah stood. "I don't expect anything from you. I just wanted to keep my promise." I grabbed her hand. "Do you have somewhere to stay tonight?" She shook her head. "Then stay. We have a lot to talk about." The train pulled into the station and we stepped off together. Two strangers connected by a woman who loved us enough to sacrifice everything.